Skateboarding, a thrilling blend of balance, agility, and street-style artistry, has taken the world by storm. Born in the mid-20th century as an offshoot of surfing, it's evolved into a global phenomenon. From neighborhood streets to the polished ramps of international competitions, skateboarding has carved out its own unique space in the realm of sports. Its popularity is so immense that it's even earned a spot in global sporting events, including the Olympics. But skateboarding isn't just about hurtling down streets or launching off ramps. It's also about the tricks, each one a testament to skill, creativity, and endless hours of practice. Today, we're going to explore this vibrant world of skateboarding tricks. From the classic Ollie to the gravity-defying Hardflip, we'll take a deep dive into the top 10 tricks that have made skateboarding the adrenaline-fueled spectacle it is today. So ready to learn some amazing skateboarding tricks? Keep watching. First up, we have the Ollie, a foundational trick that every skateboarder must master. Named after its inventor Alan Ollie Gelfand, this move is the bedrock of many other tricks and forms, the ABCs of skateboarding. To execute an Ollie, the first step is your foot placement. Your back foot should be on the tail of the skateboard and your front foot across the skateboard about 2/3 up. The key here is balance. Next, we move on to the pop and the jump. The pop is when you slam your back foot down on the tail of the skateboard, causing the nose to rise. Almost simultaneously, you'll need to jump upwards, sucking your knees up to your chest. The final part is the landing. Extend your legs, prepare for impact, and try to land on the bolts of the skateboard for maximum stability. And there you have it, the Ollie. Remember, practice makes perfect with the Ollie. Keep trying. Next, we have the Nollie, a variation of the Ollie. The Nollie, short for nose Ollie, is a basic flip trick with a slight twist. Instead of popping off the tail of the skateboard like in an Ollie, you'll be popping off the nose. That's right, you're essentially doing an Ollie, but in reverse. Here's how it works. First, position your front foot across the skateboard's nose with your toes hanging off slightly. Your back foot should be set up just like you would for an Ollie, only this time it's on the bolts of the front truck. When you're ready, push down on the nose of the skateboard, jump and slide your back foot up. The board should pop up and stick to your feet, just like an Ollie. Remember, timing and balance are key. It might feel a bit strange at first, but with practice, you'll get the hang of it. With the Nollie under your belt, you're ready to take on more tricks. Now let's move on to the kickflip, a visually impressive trick that's fun to perform. The magic of the kickflip lies in the flip of the skateboard, which is completely under your control, thanks to precise foot positioning. This trick begins much like the Ollie, with your back foot on the tail and your front foot across the board. But here's the twist. Your front foot should be angled slightly, toes pointing towards the tail. As you pop the tail down, slide your front foot up and towards the nose. The side of your shoe will catch the edge of the board, causing it to flip. The real challenge here is timing your jump and the flip to land back on the board, wheels down. One tip to remember, patience is key. It may take a few tries, but the feeling of landing a clean kickflip is absolutely exhilarating. Once you nail the kickflip, you'll feel like a true skateboarder. Next up, the Heelflip, a trick that will surely add some flair to your skateboarding skills. This trick is similar to the kickflip, but with a unique twist, literally. Instead of kicking your toe edge, you'll be using your heel. Let's break it down. Start with your back foot on the tail, pretty much like an Ollie. Your front foot should be angled with your toes hanging off a bit more than usual. As you pop the board, drag the edge of your heel up the board. This heel action is what gives the heel flip its name and its unique spin. Remember, timing and practice are key. The heel flip requires a swift, clean foot movement and a good center of balance. It's not just about flipping the board, it's about controlling it and landing it. So get out there and start practicing. The heel flip might be a challenge, but the payoff is worth it. Moving on to the pop shove it, a trick that involves a cool board rotation. Now this trick is a bit of a step up from the Ollie and the Nollie, but don't fret. It's all about perfecting that foot movement and board rotation. And we're here to break it down for you. Start off with your back foot on the tail of the skateboard and the front foot just behind the front bolts. Now the pop shove it involves popping the tail of the board down while simultaneously sweeping it around in a backside direction. It's a bit like scooping ice cream with your back foot, only cooler. The front foot, well, that's your guide. It stays above the board, ready to catch it once it has completed its 180-degree rotation. Now it's all about landing. Bend your knees, land squarely on both feet, and ride away in style. The pop shove it is all about timing and practice. Keep at it. Let's now tackle the manual, a trick that tests your balance and control. The manual, often referred to as the wheelie of skateboarding, is a fundamental trick that every skateboarder should have in their arsenal. It's all about balance, control, and body positioning. Imagine yourself on your skateboard. Start with a gentle push, enough to gain some momentum. As you glide, lean back slightly and lift your front wheels off the ground. The key here is to keep your balance on the back wheels. This is where body positioning comes into play. Your shoulders should be square with your board and your eyes focused on a spot a few feet ahead. Keep your knees slightly bent for stability. Feel the board, feel the balance. It's a dance between you and the skateboard. With practice, you'll be able to maintain a manual for longer periods, even integrating it into your other tricks. Mastering the manual will certainly boost your skateboarding prowess. Next, we have the 50-50 grind, a classic trick that involves grinding on ledges or rails. This trick is a balance of precision, timing, and of course, balance itself. Let's break it down step by step. First, the approach. You want to aim for a straight-on approach to your ledge or rail. This isn't a time for fancy angles or last-minute adjustments. Straight and steady wins the race here. Next comes the balance. As you make contact, your truck should be centered over the edge. Your weight needs to be evenly distributed on both feet. This isn't just a one-foot show, folks. It's called a 50 for a reason. Finally, the exit. You've got to plan your dismount. Whether you choose to ollie off or let your momentum carry you, it's all about sticking the landing. The 50-50 grind is a crowd pleaser. Keep practicing and you'll get it down. Now, let's learn the Boardslide, a slick trick that's sure to impress. A Boardslide is all about style, balance, and precision. It's where you slide your skateboard's deck along an edge, such as a rail or the lip of a ramp, using the middle section of your board. Let's break it down. First, the approach is crucial. You want to approach the rail or edge at a slight angle with enough speed to carry you across. As you reach the obstacle, pop an ollie to get your board onto the rail. Next up is the sliding technique. Once you're on, shift your weight to the center of the board to maintain balance. Keep your knees bent and your eyes forward. This will help keep your momentum going in the right direction. Finally, the exit. As you near the end of the rail, prepare to dismount. Turn your board back in the direction you're moving and land smoothly, rolling away with style. The Boardslide adds a whole new dimension to your skateboarding. Keep sliding. Next, we tackle the Wallride, a trick that defies gravity. With the Wallride, you're literally riding up a wall on your skateboard, so it's not for the faint-hearted. First, let's talk about the approach. You want to approach the wall at a slight angle, enough to get you up there, but not so much that you're going straight into it. You'll also need to get a good amount of speed, but remember, control is key. Next, the wall contact. As you hit the wall, lean back and push your feet forward. Your board should be almost perpendicular to the wall. It's a delicate balance, but with practice, you'll find your sweet spot. Finally, the exit. As gravity starts to pull you back down, turn your board back towards the ground and prepare for the landing. Absorb the impact with your knees and roll away smoothly. The Wallride is a challenging trick, but it's a real showstopper once you master it. Lastly, we have the Hardflip, a complex trick that combines a kickflip and a frontside pop shove it. This trick is a challenging one, and it's not for the faint-hearted. But don't worry, we're here to guide you through it. Now, let's break it down. The Hardflip starts with foot positioning. Your back foot should be on the tail, just like an ollie, and your front foot is angled diagonally across the board. This foot positioning is key to get the board to flip and rotate correctly. Next, you need to pop the tail and kick your front foot out, sending the board into a flipping motion. It's a bit like a dance. Your feet and the board moving in sync. Then comes the challenging part, the landing. You need to catch the board with your back foot, stop the flip and smoothly land on both feet. It's a delicate balance between force and control. The Hardflip is a tough trick, but mastering it will make you a skateboarding legend. Keep pushing.